I just want to say one word to you. Just one word.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Plastics.
Exactly how do you mean?
There's a great future in plastics. Think about it. Will you think about it?
Yes, I will.
Enough said. That's a deal.
This is Sam from Typewriter Minutes, and today we're reviewing a 1975 Adler J5. Today, we're going to find out if there is a future in plastics for typewriters, or at least, was there a future in plastics for typewriters in 1975? While all the other typewriters in the Typewriter Minutes family have metal cases, this one has a plastic case.
So this has a plastic shell all the way along the bottom, and the ribbon cover is also plastic. We just got this from a local seller who did not like the script font, and we love it. So we're going to show that on the type test. I was a little bit worried about how solid of a machine this was going to be, since it has a plastic body. The typewriter is actually really solid, surprisingly solid, and a really good typer. I would say it's right on par with our Olympia SM7.
Let's take a look at the features on this Adler. It has a standard keyboard and a one with an exclamation mark on it, which is pretty nice since most typewriters don't have that.
A lot of the older ones don't have it.
Shift and shift lock, margin release, and the ribbon color selector, but it only has one color, black and stencil.
Yeah, it's a cursive or a script font, and because the font's a little bit taller than other fonts, you can only type on a monochrome ribbon. So we have a new black ribbon in there. The machine was really super clean when we got it. One of the few machines that I purchased that I didn't have to clean myself. So that's kind of a nice thing. What do we have over here?
We have tab and backspace, and tab set, and tab clear.
And I'm going to show you in just a second how there's kind of a neat feature for clearing all the tab spaces at once. Okay, the tab clear setting on this is kind of cool. It has a typical tab set, tab clear. Plus is tab set, minus is tab clear. But let's say you want to clear all the tabs at once. So this one doesn't have any tabs set right now, but let's say we'll set a tab there, there, and there. You could clear them one at a time by tabbing over and then hitting the minus sign. Or if you hit the tab button and the tab clear at the same time, so push tab and then push the lever that way, this clears all the tabs at once.
Before we go to the sides, we are going to show you the inside of the typewriter.
So the ribbon cover just pops off like that. It's got two little doodads that fit in the holes there to hold it in place.
We've got a very light basket shift, which is really easy on the pinkies.
And then what do we have up here?
Paper bale, paper guide, pop-up paper support that can extend.
Which is kind of cool. We'll show you when we get the paper in there. It's got little numbers on it that helps you find out where you are towards the end of the page.
And then we have the margins.
Margin settings. And what's this thing over here?
It tells you how many lines to skip.
So single space, double space, triple space, which is actually single space, space and a half, and double space.
Now let's move over to the side.
Okay, it's got kind of a nice profile to it. Back up, Mr. Cameraman. This is plastic, but the carriage is metal. Very solid feeling. So what do we have over here? We have
the paper release.
Paper release.
Knob.
And
that is the carriage release.
And we love this bell. Here, zoom in so we can hear that bell.
I mean, who wouldn't love that awesome bell?
Just hangs in the air. Okay, around to the back. This thing looks like it's brand spanking new. The body is just about perfect. made in Western Germany. Nice chrome accents. Over here, kind of an unusual place for it. What is that?
Carriage lock.
Carriage lock. So if you flip that switch, okay, it's locked in place, ready to put in the case.
And if you flip it again, it's unlocked.
Oh, love that bell. Okay, we have platinum knob.
Carriage release.
Nice, very sturdy return lever. And then over here, there's two things to free the clickies. There's a lever here. If you flip that, the platen moves freely without clicks, so you can fill in your forms. Same thing with the platen knob. If you pull it out, platen moves freely. I think if you pull out the platen knob, it doesn't remember where your clicks are, so that erases the clicks. This one, I believe, remembers where your click positions were.
Now let's take a quick look under the machine.
All right, so we'll flip it up on its back here. Super clean. The feet are in really good shape. This thing is rock solid. I was really impressed. I was worried about the plastic shell, but I think this is going to be a really long-lasting, durable typer. There's the carriage lock. Again, kind of a strange place for it. Okay, there's that wonderful bell.
Now we're going to show you all the cool stuff that comes inside of the case.
So one of the things we love at Typewriter Minutes is when you get extra stuff with the typewriter, especially when it shows you a little bit of the history of the machine.
We've actually got a video on this. You can go and see it right now if you want.
So here is a little pamphlet that shows that it was purchased on February 5th, 1975 at Louisville Typewriter Company for $165. And if we flip it over, there on the bottom, you can see it was stamped with Louisville Typewriter Company. And at some point, they took it to be serviced on December 1st, '86, and apparently they were no longer handling typewriter repairs or service, so they took it to this new place, Standard Typewriters. But anyway, these two folks are so happy looking. They just wanted to raise their legs before they fall into the psychedelic pink squares. If we flip it open, we have a little advertisement for the Adler J5. Precision portable J5 with all the marketing stuff. There's the J5. Again, more marketing stuff. Kind of cool, shows about all the features. And over here it shows the different fonts that Adler was providing with their machines. And we have the one on the bottom. It's the script, 10-pitch script, which is kind of cool. And on the back there's a little advertisement for the Adler Tippa, which is a ultra portable Adler. So anyway, that was kind of cool. Something else we got with it, we got little, we're not going to use these, but little type white eraser things. At some point, oh, this is probably my favorite thing. This is the little thing that came out of the factory. It's in German, so I can't read it, but it's the Shrieve Controller, which shows the type test from this machine. Somebody and somebody else who signed off on it, and I can't read it, but anybody that reads German, maybe I'll scan this to you and you can tell me what it says, but it's kind of cool. Okay, next thing we got was the little J2 and J5 pamphlet with instructions, and it's always kind of nice to have that. What else did we get? 3 little business card thingies. Also in Kentucky, apparently at some point they went to Keelock's manufacturing company, maybe for ribbons. There's Tom Mattingly's card. There's Mr. Blank's card, and there's Jim Schumate, Louisville, Kentucky. So that's kind of cool to know a little bit about the history of the machine. We also got this handy dandy letter perfect Secretary's Steady. It's a little book that has grammar and spelling tips for secretaries. Probably not politically correct because all the secretaries are females. Don't know if they would produce this day and age, but I've never seen one like this. It's kind of cool. Has little humorous pictures in it. Anyway, kind of cool.
Now it's time for a quick typing test.
Okay, let's put that paper support up.
Now, this is the part you're really not gonna believe. Just watch this.
Every time.
Boom.
Right down to those paper bundles. I love it. Okay, we got a TypewriterMinutes logo.
It's just so satisfactory to see our logo in cursive font.
Okay.
First, on the black setting, the clip red box jumps over the lacy brown rocks. Then, on the black setting, now is the
Operator error.
time for all good men to come to the
Zoom in on that nice crisp typeface. I really love the way this thing types. Very comparable to the Olympia SM7, I'd say. Nice bouncy feel to it, and I don't know if it's the plastic case. It has a, I don't know, not a rattly sound, but just maybe a little bit louder sound when you're typing. I don't know if it's because of the plastic, but it feels really solid, and I'm very happy. Oh, with the purchase, here's the little paper support, and as you get towards the end, you'll see, if you zoom in on those numbers, you can see it's like a countdown. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That means your paper's out.
We forgot to do the alignment test, so yes. Capital H, small h, capital H, small h, capital H, small h. Capital H, small h, capital H, small h, capital H, small h.
Oh, well, I love that, Bill.
Capital H, small h, capital H, small h, capital H, small h.
Let's see. Nice and aligned.
We're gonna wrap up this video with a quick look at the case. Now, as you might have guessed, the case is made out of plastic.
So it's a plastic case. It's a really tough, durable case with maybe one little Achilles heel that I'll show you. It's got a nice handle. Inside here you can see there's a little stamp there. If you'll zoom in, Mr. Cameraman, it says 1975. So we looked up the serial number on this thing, and the typewriter database has a few holes in it. But given the notes that we saw on the purchase date on the pamphlet, as well as this stamp, we're fairly confident that it was made in 1975. So the case itself is really durable plastic. The one downside is there's no hinge really, other than this plastic, which is starting to come apart. So right now it's just being held together with this much of the plastic on the back of the case, if you'll zoom out. This is all that's holding it together. So we're gonna find a way to either glue or epoxy it together. Other than this, it's a really durable case. So be interested to know if any other J5 owners out there have this issue with their case.
One final note, this case has a key.
little pop-up latches, and a key.
That's all for now on Typewriter Minutes. We'd like to say that yes, indeed, there was a big future in plastics coming up then. Be sure to share, link, like, subscribe, keep watching, and stay tuned. Bye!